Hey there, welcome to another Emotional and Binge Eating Way Out Wednesday. I'm Dr. Ashley Southard coming to you from Scottsdale, Arizona with a new beginning and the healthy way out. Hope you're having a great day. So, as you know, this month we are talking about the emotional function of your emotional and binge eating. Really trying to understand the deeper roots of why you do this behavior that on the surface you don't want to be doing, and yet under that there's a strong force that takes over and compels you to do it anyway. Well, today we're talking about the relationship between your overeating and boredom. I hear this all the time from the clients that I work with. Dr. Ashley, I am just bored. How many of you can relate to that? Well, if you can, it makes a lot of sense. If you think about it, eating is a very stimulating activity. It may be short term, but it's certainly stimulating in the moment. And isn't that exactly what we're looking for when we're feeling bored, when we're feeling unstimulated, uninspired? And actually, before you even get to the act of eating, which can be stimulating in and of itself, much of the planning that can go into emotional and binge eating can also be stimulating. So thinking about what you're going to eat, the recipe that you want to make, finding the recipe, maybe going to the grocery store to get the ingredients, preparing the food, all of that can also be activities that fill up that space where you might be feeling bored. The other thing that I hear often from emotional and binge eaters is that they find when they're bored, they tend to go for foods that are a little bit more snacky in nature, maybe finger food style, if you will. So these are going to be things that you can take a handful of, you can eat it, and then take another handful of, and do that over and over and over again. So things like popcorn or chips or small pieces of candy, where you can grab a handful, eat it, grab another handful, and on you go, and then the boredom is relieved, right? So if you can relate to this, this is a really common reason that can compel people to overeat and binge eat. So what do you do about this? Well, there's kind of two layers to what we want to do to address boredom and eating. And the first layer is admittedly a bit superficial, but one that can be really helpful. So of course, when you're in those moments of feeling bored and you find yourself wanting to eat, if you are not physically hungry, then we want to try to replace the eating with some other type of activity that can relieve that sense of boredom and maybe fulfill that need for some type of fidgety behavior, a replacement for grabbing the snack and eating it and grabbing the snack and eating it again. A really common activity that many of my clients find to be very helpful is to actually keep a jigsaw puzzle out at all times that they can go to and work on whenever they're getting the sense of boredom or fidgetiness or just needing to do something with their hands, even if it's just for a few minutes. Really, I encourage you to keep a hard jigsaw puzzle, maybe 500 to 1,000 pieces. Always have it out, something that you can work on. If you think about it, it's actually a really effective strategy because not only are you fidgeting with all the little puzzle pieces, trying to fit them together, find exactly where they go, but it also requires a lot of your cognitive focus and attention. Really focusing on where these pieces go, how they all fit together, and that in and of itself can be very stimulating. So I encourage you to go pick up a jigsaw puzzle and see if that's something that can relieve that boredom in the moment. If puzzles really aren't your thing, try to think of some other activities that you can do that are kind of fidgety in nature. So this could be playing solitaire card game. This could be fidgeting on your phone. It could be thumbing through a magazine. Anything that's going to keep your hands busy and your mind focused, even if it's just for a short period of time. Now, like I said, this is a bit superficial. This is something that you're just doing as kind of a band-aid to get you through that moment without the overeating. But of course, as you know, we here at The Healthy Way Out, we always want to take it deeper and really get to the core issue of what's going on. So if boredom is an emotional response to a lack of stimulation, then we want to look at how can we bring more stimulation into your life on a larger level. And this is going to be that core, deeper approach to resolving boredom in your life. If this is something that triggers a lot of your overeating, I'm going to invite you to take a step back and really take a larger size inventory of your life, looking at the various domains of your life and evaluating, are they stimulating to you? Are they intriguing or exciting? Are they innovative? Do they require critical thinking from you? Do they require problem solving and trying out new things? If not, it makes a lot of sense that you might be feeling bored much of the time and thus finding yourself in the kitchen eating even when you're not hungry. So I invite you to sit down, write out all of the different domains of your life. What I mean by that is, how do you spend your time? What are the main areas of your life? So for some of you, it might be a career. For some of you, it might be your marriage. It might be a relationship that you're in. It might be family, friends, extracurricular activities, any ways that you spend your time. And of course, you're going to have several different domains, and really look at, are these different areas of your life stimulating, interesting, innovative, requiring new thought on your part? Do you feel passionate about what you're doing in these domains of your life? If the answer is no, then you are really vulnerable to feeling bored, and of course, then going to food. So look at your career. Are you finding that interesting and innovative? If not, what changes do you need to make so that you're feeling more stimulated and excited in your job? What about your relationships with a partner, with friends, with family, with acquaintances? Are you feeling inspired and excited and intrigued in those relationships? If not, what changes do you need to make so that you're feeling more excited about those? What about how you spend your time doing extracurricular activities? First off, do you spend time doing extracurricular activities? Too often I hear from people, they don't even know what they like to do. So of course, that could definitely lead to boredom. And then if you are doing extracurricular activities, are they things that really excite you? Are they stimulating your mind? Are they teaching you new things? Are they taking you to new adventures that are really interesting and stimulating for you? If the answer is no, again, what changes might you need to make so that these become more exciting, more interesting, and more stimulating? Okay, so I want you this week to really take two different approaches. One is, when you're feeling bored, I want you to find those quick fix activities that you can do that will keep you busy and engaged. And then I also want you to spend some quality time with yourself, really stepping back and looking at all of the different areas of your life and evaluating where boredom might be hiding in the shadows. All right. I hope that you have found this information really helpful. This wraps up November's Way Out Wednesday, where we talk about the emotional function of your emotional and binge eating. Next month in December, we're going to be talking about how to enjoy binge-free holidays, and I guarantee you these are going to be some new tips that you don't often hear about, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to check out Dr. Julie's Not Your Typical Eating Disorder Recovery Tips Tuesday. She's got some fantastic information in there about how to navigate your emotions, which we know is so important. And then, of course, on Thursdays, we come together, she and I, to answer your questions about recovery and everything related to eating disorders. So if you have a question that you really would like us to answer, please log on to our website, submit your question, and we may answer it in an upcoming episode. Okay? I cannot wait to see you back here next week. I hope you have a fantastic next couple of days. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.